Have you talked to the Lord today? Have you told him all about your problems? Have you casted your cares on him? Are you leaning to your own understanding? Are you putting God in a box? Are you trying to do it all by yourself? Do you feel like you're all alone and nobody cares? Do you feel like giving up? But I'm here to tell you, if you feel like it's and all this stuff is weighing down on you, you gotta renew your mind and ask the Lord to help you, because none of those things are of him. None of those things are of God. And if you're not getting into your prayer, if you're not talking to God, if you're not crying out to him, if you're not reaching out to him, if you're not even just saying, hi, how you doing? Order my footsteps today. Forgive me for my fear. Forgive me for my worrying. Give me a clean slate, Lord. I repent of my sins. Let me start over. If none of these things are of your conversation with the Lord, how are you going to go forward in where you're trying to go forward in? I'm not a preacher. I'm not a minister. I'm not a teacher. I just know what I know. And even days for me is hard. But I feel like that's what the very thing that I mentioned on instructions on what you need to do is the same thing that the enemy tries to fight you with to keep you from doing it. So if I can tell you anything, I can tell you that you got to keep going, keep pushing, keep trying, and know that the Lord is on your side no matter what you've done. Like, unless you know that you don't belong to God. If you his child, you got to go just like you go to your parents. If they tell you no for something, it's a reason. You can't turn your back on God just because he said no to something. He know better than you that it ain't no good. Or it's not the right time. Or you ain't gonna act right with it at that time. But if you try Jesus and you trust Jesus and you lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and know that he understands a lot better than what we do, regardless of what we want and how we think we should get it, you'll get a lot farther in life. You'll get so much farther ahead that you'll look back and be like, man, I didn't think I can get through that, but I did. With the help of God, the help of Jesus Christ. Yep. We gotta know that we know that we know that we know that he's the only way through the troubles and the trials that we face. We can't do it without him. I mean, time that we living in is gonna get worse, unfortunately. And I know we heard this so much to where it sounds rehearsed. It sounds like the same thing when people say Jesus is coming soon. Like, we hear it so much. It's just like, yeah, blah, blah. He ain't coming. He ain't came yet. But it also speaks on, it's going to be like a thief in the night. And you're not going to be ready if you're not ready. So, I just want to say, put him before everything you do. That's number one. Try going in this new year. We got 1 day left. Try going in this new year with a new mindset. Trying Jesus. And knowing that with him, you can't fail. And see how far that take you. It's going to take you far. This I know. I done came from, being on drugs. This is before the kids. Heavy drugs. Prostituting. Drinking. I was called a drunk. I was a dark sheep. Whatever they call it. A black sheep. I was rejected. I came out of rejection. I came out of fornication. I came out of abuse, mental, physically, and sexual abuse before I even had a chance to decide if I wanted to lose my virginity. I had already, and I didn't even plan to talk about this. But I know, like, I can't tell you, like, there's so many things that most people in carnal thinking would be like, and you got a relationship with God and you went through all this and that? Yeah. Because I know for a fact there's so many things that should have took me out, killed me, had me. I was in so much darkness. I was in so much pain, agony, stress, worry, grief, loneliness. And God sent me through. Like, all the mistakes I made on my own. Yes, I still have questions, like, at a young age, like, why? Why do children have to go through so much? Why I feel like they don't have no fighting chance. And then when the enemy get their hands on them because of the grief and the trauma and the pain, they got a better chance of, sinning, because they need some kind of relief. And they already feel like the world already turned their back completely on them. I can't even remember what I initially started this video off as, but I just wanted to say, we got to go in this new year with a renewed mindset, and that's going to make a difference. That starts there, and then it's going to take off. This is your season to take off. So spread your wings and soar. And I want everybody to be blessed. And Jesus is coming soon. So let's get ready.